Welcome to part 2 of our 3-part series, The Mystery of the Art of the Feminine Yes. The Mystery of the Art of the Feminine Yes in High-Ticket Sales for Women. In part 1 of this series, we spoke about how to sell anything to anyone, how in the next 7 days you can go out there and sell your $1 million coaching offer, your 10K coaching offer, your 250K coaching offer, whatever your premium coaching outcome is. You get to sell that in the next 7 days without any objections, without any sales funnel. But it's a mystery that you get to solve at the end of these 3 videos. And then you get to go out there and sell your heart out and serve deeper than you ever have. So if you haven't watched part 1, watch that in the description before you watch this video so the mystery makes sense to you and you get to solve it and do the thing that God has called you to do for his people. So in part 2 of this series, we're talking about how to find a problem. How to find a problem worth solving. We ended part 1 with one of the ladies asking me whether the Alabaster studio was $25K and the Alabaster Atelier was $250,000 and higher. Now, why do you think, based on what we talked about in that video, why do you think she assumed that the Alabaster studio would be $25K and the Alabaster Atelier would be $250,000? She, as the client, had already priced out what she was willing to spend based on what she assumed was the value to her in her journey of wanting to make partner, of wanting to be a rainmaker, of wanting to know how to sell anything with mastery, with feminine embodiment, with joy and with peace to her accounting clients. So let me know in the comments below. When you watched part 1, what did you think the value would be to you? What did you assume the price was going to be based on the messaging, based on the story? What did you think about the reaction of those women to the 2 offers? Remember, my entire speech to them was making 2 offers. It was them creating the story. It was them creating the feeling, the mood. It was them jumping into the imaginary world and raising their hand to be a citizen of this world where they did not even know what the offer was, but they wanted it. Why is that? Why is that? And if you're selling your 50K offer, your $25,000 offer, your $1 million offer, in whatever niche it is, what problem are you solving? Let's get to that. We don't lead with, what do I have to do for 25K? My invitation to you, and as I did with the women in the room, was to ask, how do I find a problem worth solving? We started part 1 with the women diving into their gifts, their creativity, their relationship, their faith, with the tools that God has given them and how they can use those tools to serve at their deepest level and be their highest self, their best self for their clients. Give to their clients something that did not exist before. It's bespoke. It's specific to that client's highest desire, her greatest value, the thing she wants the most, that's most important to her right now. Maybe it's an opportunity. Maybe it's a problem she wants to solve, whatever it is. And I gave you the example in video 1 of the hormonal coach, the offer, the 5-year offer that she uses to support her client for the next 5 years, where she becomes the answer to the prayer. There's one thing I can say. When you're looking for a problem to solve, do not start with money. Do not start with a desire to create a 100K month or another high income month, or another high profit month. One of the things I've seen in the coaching industry is this desire to chase 50K months, and then when you get there, it's a 100K month. When you get to a 100K month, there's a 7-figure month, and then an 8-figure month, and a 10-figure month. At what point does the amount of money become enough? At what point do you say, I've arrived? We don't get to arrive. We're all learning every day. There's no place you get to except die. The only place we're going to get to is die. That's it. So how do we, between now and the time we die, support our clients at the deepest level with the thing they care about the most? Is to know what our clients care about the most, what they value the most, what is most useful to them, what is most important to them, and not to create an offer that is a 100K offer, an expensive offer for whatever reason, and then give it to them and then make them believe that they want it. Something that they don't care about, something they don't need. Nobody says yes to what they don't want, what they don't need. And we're going to talk about that. Because when you are thinking of how do I find a problem, I want you to think of two people, Howard Schultz and Steve Jobs. Howard Schultz, Starbucks. Steve Jobs, Apple. What do you think Starbucks is selling you? I don't know, maybe you go to Starbucks for coffee every day. Maybe you go there for the lattes, the pumpkin spice latte, whatever it is. What do you think Howard Schultz is selling? I have watched so many TED Talks, so many speeches that he's given. I have been in an audience where he's talking, and he has never once mentioned the word coffee. And I remember coming to the audience thinking, I've never tasted coffee, by the way, so I have zero interest in coffee. So I did not even want to go hear his lecture, but I thought, you know what, let me go. Maybe I'll learn something. And as he was talking, I said to myself, this dude does not sell coffee. Oh my gosh. He's selling relationships. He's selling community. He's selling the ambience of being together. He's selling his employees being happy. And then because they're happy, they get to say, so what name should I put on the cup? And they're smiling at you and they're so happy and they're bustling around the store, the Starbucks. He's not selling coffee. And I thought people go to Starbucks for coffee. He's not passionate about coffee. He's passionate about relationship and people. Mostly people. Okay. All right. So that's why he has a coffee shop. Interesting. What about Steve Jobs? Is he selling computer hardware? No. That dude knows how to sell an iPhone. When he talked about the first iPhone, it was 3 different things rolled into one. And everybody in that room, for the first time, realized, I did not even know I needed all those things and a finger to press them. You just told me about a problem I didn't even know I had. But Steve Jobs was not selling computers. He was selling the freedom for people to use their imagination and create beyond their wildest dreams, and to step out of the box they put themselves in, and to be free and wild and not make themselves part of something that is going to make them feel less than who they are. He was basically selling the freedom to create and be you. He was not selling computers. That's the problem he was solving. So what problem is worth solving for your clients? The other day, someone asked me, Mimi, every time I watch your videos, you say, nobody sells coaching. Nobody wants to pay for high-ticket coaching. Nobody wakes up in the middle of the night and says, oh, gosh, my waistline keeps expanding. I really want some high-ticket coaching. No, they want to lose weight. They want to get skinny. So if they go online and find a Get Skinny for Life coach, they're going to hire that coach because the messaging lands for them. It resonates in their bones. It's not logical. It resonates in their bones. They can feel it. Because maybe they don't want to lose weight so they can fit into their white skinny jeans. Maybe they just want to lose weight so their husband can look at them the way he did on their wedding night. So why do 99% of women talk about fitting into some outfit when 99% of women are not trying to fit into some jeans? It's a feeling they want to experience when their spouse looks at them. It's a feeling they want to experience in their bones when they look into the mirror. Skinny jeans be damned. Nobody wants to get into those white skinny jeans or that little black dress. They literally just want to feel love. That's it. Peace. Shalom. So how do you find a problem to solve? You can't sell something you're not passionate about. In my coaching business, what am I passionate about? I care about intimate relationships. I care about intimacy. I care about listening to people. I care about what people have to say. Like, I care about what God has put in their hearts, and I want to hear it. That is why I talk about high-ticket sales conversations. That is why it doesn't make me happy to see the coaching industry, Amazon Prime high-ticket sales conversations and microwave high-ticket sales conversations, because they don't have time to talk to people anymore. It breaks my heart. It breaks the intimacy. Because when you listen to people, you love people. Because nobody listens to anybody anymore. But when you listen to people and they hear themselves speak about their dreams, they hear themselves speak about their desires, the thing God put in their hearts, the thing they're too scared to tell even their therapist. They get to tell you in that high-ticket sales conversation, and you get to ask them why it matters to them, why it's important to them. And then by the time you get to 12 layers underneath all of that stuff, they realize, oh, I didn't come here so I can make 7 figures a month. I came here so I can spend more time with my teenage daughter or my teenage son. I came here so that I never have to miss another game on my toddler. I came here so that I can have dinner with my husband every night. I came here because I love my family and I want a more intimate, closer relationship with my husband. That's why I want a simple, profitable, high-ticket coaching business. It's not about the money. It never was and never will be. It's about the person that you get to remember you are because of who God says you already are. What problem do you solve for your client that supports her to be who God says she is? Whether you help people to quit smoking, quit sugar, have the baby, make $1 million months, whatever it is that you do in your coaching business, the problem that you solve is something that you're passionate about solving. It goes beyond money. I am passionate about sales. I have a shirt that says sales coach. I love sales. I love selling. If you wake me up in the middle of the night, I'm going to say high-ticket sales for women. I love selling. But it's not selling. It's the relationship. And for me, selling is intimacy. It is love. It is relationship. It is listening to people tell me about the dreams that God put in their hearts. Like, out of 7 billion people, there's this one person in front of me right now speaking to me about the dreams that God has given to her. How amazing is that? And this is what I was sharing with the women at the speech, with the accountants, and how to sell to everyone. And nobody tells these things, because we'll all talk about making 7-figure months, 7 figures in 7 hours, 7 figures in 7 minutes. Look at me, look what I've done. Look at me, look what I've done. Your clients don't give a damn about what you've done. They care about themselves. Listen to them and identify the thing. So when they come to you and say, look, I have a horse and I want a faster horse. You don't say, oh, I know, I have this system for a faster horse. You create something so bespoke, take what they want and expand it beyond their wildest imagination, because you're partnered with God, the creator of the universe. The Holy Spirit is working in you powerfully for exponential results, outcomes that make other people say, oh my gosh, that is a lie. That is way not, that is so not possible. So you don't give them a faster horse. You don't give them a car. You don't give them a faster car. You don't give them a train. You don't give them a bus. You give them the jet plane, not because it's expensive. It has nothing to do with that. It's because it feels like cashmere on their nervous system, and it's beyond anything they ever imagined, because they thought they wanted a faster horse because their horse was too slow. So don't be one of those mainstream coaches that solves problems, that give people the faster horse, that give people the car. I have a system for this, a 7-step system that 10,000 people have already gone through, and I have the testimonies of all those 10,000 people. No, everything you do is unique and bespoke. Each client is different. Each client sees that she's different. Each client is Mary Magdalene. She's here. It's your atelier studio. It's your alabaster studio. And you're co-creating the gifts that God has given you and solving a problem that has nothing to do with you chasing money, chasing rich clients, that has nothing to do with you selling with somebody who has money in their bank account, because it doesn't mean they care about what you're doing, and does not have anything to do with, oh, I'm just going to do it because that's what's trending. If you're not passionate about it, if Steve Jobs was not passionate about creativity, the iPhone would not exist. It wouldn't. He would just make a better version of the other phone, whatever it was. I don't even remember what it was. If Howard Schultz was not passionate about people, Starbucks would just be a cafeteria coffee center. It wouldn't be Starbucks. So when you're creating the offers, think of the problems. Think of the things and the feelings your clients come up with when they're talking about their problems, their challenges, their opportunities, their desires that send shivers down their spine. The things that are going to speak to your client's gut, because she buys from her emotions, her feelings, and her gut, and not from logic. So you're not speaking to her ears and her eyes. Look at your problem today. Is it a faster horse? And then you know the value to your clients because you know who she is. And then you decide, let's look at the gifts and let's do evaluation. This is what's in this offer. This is the lifetime future value of this offer in the next 10 years. When she quits smoking, in 5 years, what would her life look like? What would her body feel like? In 12 years, what would her body feel like? How much money has she saved from cigarettes? How much money has she saved from treatment for lung cancer? When she quits smoking, how much energy does she have with her family? What is the price of that to her? To be with her family and never have to smoke another cigarette and know that she's added 25 years to her life. What does that cost? What is the investment for that? And what is the total investment of that for the next 25 years? How much life is that going to give her back? How much money is that going to give her back when she doesn't have to go outside and smoke every 15 minutes at work? How is that going to give her that promotion? Like, look at these things, the things that you don't think about because you're trying to chase another 10K month, another 50K month, another 100K month. These are the stories that I share with clients so they can see beyond the cash. Because money is not the thing. Money is not the thing. Who God says you are is the thing. The gifts He put in you that have prepared you for the work He's called you to do is the thing. And you're going to get paid luxuriously because of the thing. You will get paid millions of dollars because you give a damn about the thing and the people. That is how you find a problem worth solving. In part 3, you're going to tell me how you've solved the mystery and how you're going to sell your $1 million coaching offer, your 50K coaching offer, or your 25K, or just maybe a 10K to start with coaching offer. Let me know in the comments how this lands for you. It's been good having you.